Okay, this actually links to freedom, believe it or not, and later it'll make sense, but let me lay the groundwork first. Criticizing fat people for being fat is easy, right? Blaming people in society is easy, but criticizing how society plays a role in producing a certain type of human is basically considered Stalinism or communism or whatever the fuck. Think about it. Ever since humans existed, obesity had never been a problem until now. Why? Yes, personal accountability is necessary. I'm not saying eating like fuck is good, but society can be designed in a way to promote fitness and produce healthier individuals. And think about the fact that most people today cannot actually afford healthy food because it's just out of the price range. And is it really fair to blame these people for being obese? When you go to the supermarket, 90% of the things you see are all junk food. All the food that isn't junk food is about 3 times the price. Organic chicken breast is almost 3 times the price of some frozen chicken nugget crap. And I don't want to talk about society too much here, but there is an argument to be made. Imagine school systems taught kids about their health, insulin resistance, fasting, and all that stuff. Imagine the production of healthy, high-quality food was prioritized over the production of junk food crap. Imagine we had a culture that prioritized eating well instead of snacking all the fucking time. Societies can be designed in ways to produce better outcomes for people. And again, like I said, imagine corporations focused on quality over quantity. Imagine we didn't have a culture of snacking. Imagine going to the supermarket and being able to buy proper meat instead of some frozen bullshit.
Stop.
I really don't want to talk about how costs of living have been outrising wages and purchasing power and all that stuff, and how only the top 20% of earners can really afford proper food, or how car-centric cities with drive-through cultures and inefficient land use promote people to be lazy, and they make farming difficult because most of the arable land is destroyed for fucking this. Bruh. Let me just talk about food propaganda instead. You see, the American Heart Association was funded by Procter and Gamble. And the invention of vegetable oils was a fucking gold mine for these corporations because they found a way to take waste products of farming and turn them into money by making them into oils. The only problem is that most people would use saturated animal fats like lard and butter for their cooking, which is actually good. Procter and Gamble had to convince everybody to swap to these new unsaturated fats so vegetable oils could be sold in the masses. And that's when the propaganda began. You see, unsaturated fats are actually very bad for your body. They oxidize inside your body and produce linoleic acid, which destroys your mitochondria. This is why heart failure occurs before quadricep failure, because you use the mitochondria in your heart a lot more. The Minnesota coronary experiment, which was the largest, most significant trial conducted on diet, proved that unsaturated fats will kill you faster. And these results were literally hidden for a very long time, and the American Heart Association promoted a high-carb diet which demonized saturated fats and promoted vegetable oils. And now also we live in a really toxic culture where things like Instagram and Facebook actually promote eating disorders through their algorithms. And when you promote eating disorders, you get a generation of people, especially women, who have terrible relationships with food. When you have a terrible relationship with food and 90% of the food sold in the supermarket is addictive garbage, what do you think is going to happen? This basically shifted the whole economy. Along with snacking culture, fasting is basically the only real way to lose weight. Dr. Jason Fung and a lot of Dr. Paul Mason, all these medical lecturers online make excellent summary videos about it really quickly. I recommend you go watch it. Long story short, if you're eating multiple small meals a day, if you're eating carbohydrates every day, you cannot burn fat because when you eat carbohydrates, your body produces insulin. And when insulin is flowing through your blood, you cannot metabolize fat because your body is literally in storage mode. This is obviously a very brief summary. I would recommend you watch the lecture videos. I'll link some in the description. Humans were originally meant to metabolize fat for energy. Your brain literally functions better when you metabolize fat for energy. This is why patients with epilepsy perform better on a keto diet. They have less seizures. But instead, carbohydrates were promoted because it's just easier to sell them. They are more addictive and they spike your insulin and your ghrelin, and it leads to diabetes, yay Eli Lilly and co, and fatness. So now, you have a society of fat insecure people addicted to food, and they're going to feel shit all the time because high carbohydrates and frequent snacking. It's like putting your body between the wall and the sword, because your body needs energy, right? This is why caloric deficits don't work as well, because your body needs the energy, but when you eat calorie restricted carbohydrates, you prevent your body from using the energy it has stored in fat, and you limit it to the energy stored in your liver and your muscles, the glycogen. And once that energy runs out, there's still insulin, so you cannot use the fat energy. You literally start to go crazy. This is why caloric like the whole advice of eat less and exercise more, it just misses out a lot of information people need to learn. Okay, there's a much bigger picture to this. And it's very easy to sell people these lose weight quick schemes, right? These fucking diets. Everything's a fucking diet these days. Everything is a product.
Everything's a product. This is all a ploy to sell kids more and more pricey plastic products.
And so now, again, a society of fat, insecure people who are basically addicted to carbohydrates and frequent snacking and selling you products to make you feel better about your appearance. And again, this is just how another industry is just exploited. Think about the fat acceptance industry. Think about all those products. Ooh, I drink water. And then they mix water with high glycemic sugars. Yes, the sugars have low calories, but when you drink those sugar-free sugars, your body still produces a lot of insulin. And that insulin prevents you from metabolizing your fats, right? And think about all the clothing and all the skincare bullshit, these dumb fuck consumers products. I'm not saying skincare is bullshit, but you kind of get what I mean. It's not going to make you thinner, right? And again, all of this is just a money incentive. Healthy food was something humans had access to. You could go to the supermarket and you could buy organic meat. You could get saturated fats. You could get fucking food that actually had nutrients in it. Now when you go to the supermarket, it's fucking everything that is healthy is on the organic, extremely expensive section of the supermarket. Now, with all this fake meat bullshit as well, that's another one. Now you have this Game Changers propaganda, which was complete bullshit. These unsaturated vegetable oils are literally in every product. Go to the supermarket and find one product without some fucking palm oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever the fuck oil. Right? You're not going to be able to find it. And I guarantee you, soon, you will not be able to find actual meat in supermarkets either. It's just going to be fake meat, soy, unsaturated fat, palm oil, carb bullshit. This is kind of the future we're headed to. And yes, in a future like this, obesity is going to be the norm. So yeah, this is basically why obesity exists. It's just an industry, making people fat and then talking about how being fat is like powerful or whatever the fuck, and then at the same time selling like fucking weight loss products which don't actually work. Ozempic or whatever the fuck is not going to help you lose weight. You need to learn. Okay? The only thing that's going to get you out of this fatness is learning.
Knowledge.
And yeah, that's pretty much what I got for today. Don't be fat. If you're fat, watch the medical lectures, start learning, and start changing your fucking life, okay? Go dab on the proprietary food corporations and fuck supermarkets, I guess.